It's my birthday. This is what 51 looks like. Now, if you can see up there, the sun is going down. I'm out by the highway right now because I had to get beer for Carl. Some fun beer we'll show later. And then we'll go through the store. We have to see the other way too. See if I can push the button. My hands are so full. Let's see, I think I can do this. Nope, more finger. There we go. It is definitely, oops, sorry, let's turn this again. Definitely the fall has come to Gudvangen. So the yellows of the trees are sort of carpeting. As you can see, not much red though because it's birch. There's no maple or oak here. So if the leaves turn, they go kind of yellowy. I see there was a little bit of a rain there on the right, but not much. Yes, and we all press like for Karen's birthday. So we'll go here and say hi to Greg real quick. Hi.
Hello.
We're on YouTube. I just need to get my stuff, so you have to say hi.
Hello.
And explain why in the hell you're not telling us stories.
I'm the designated driver.
That's today. What's your excuse overall?
Vanish. Okay, I tell you what, I will make this a solemn pledge.
You make a solemn pledge.
I make a solemn pledge.
When we're in
winter mode, you will not be able to get rid of me on a Saturday evening.
This is true. And winter mode's not long.
No, exactly.
November 1st, I think we go into winter mode.
Exactly.
Winter mode here means that we are open half days from 10:30 to 2 o'clock. And it'll probably be...
So it's only a couple of weeks, and then you will get very, very, very fed up in my face very quickly.
He promised. Look. Carl, the cashier. Okay.
Carlos, the Spaniard.
Carlos. We'll look around the store a little bit before, because Carl's got a...
Or is it the Swede?
Carl the Swede. Have you ever heard of this book? It apparently is available in Spanish, French, and German, and I have just officially tried to order 15 of each of them.
Okay.
Mindfulness for Vikings. It's actually kind of cute. It's the most... I was laughing my ass off when I saw this book, and I thought, what will they think of next? But it's actually just cute little poems. So people like it for kids.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know why, but I've been looking at that for ages and just thinking, I know it's in Norwegian, so I'm not even going to bother. Why?
Mine, that's not in Norwegian, that's in
I
English.
can see it now, but for some reason my brain has been scrambling the letters around again.
You need to tell us some stories. You need some mindfulness, says Carl.
Sounds like it.
Do you have a favorite book while we're here? You want to pick one out? The Penguin book is sold out. I just ordered some more. The Penguin version of the myths.
Well, my other favourite one's sold out. We got rid of them in Vikings at War books.
I just ordered 10 more of those. Those are that one's by Kim Yard, our Vikings at War.
I must admit, I do like this one.
This one.
It's not necessarily my favourite, but it is one that I do
The only
like.
reason we have a lot of them is because it's an accidental order, but it is not a bad book. Oh, I'm putting it here so you can show it.
Oh, sorry.
Because they can't hear you.
This one. Vikings by Neil Oliver. I really hope that's the right way round in your YouTube.
That's very BBC of him.
BBC, yes. Well, the reason I like
Should be
this
the
is
way
that
around.
it's not just a good book, but it's
Yeah.
also a good TV series that accompanies the book. And Neil Oliver, he's great. He's
If you recognize
really,
that guy.
really, he's a really, really good narrator for the series and a good author when it comes to the book.
So it's a good thing you like that one because we have about 40 left.
Yeah.
We
that's a
accidentally
really
ordered them
nice one.
twice in a row. Yeah.
I
Yep.
do like several others. I mean, you can't go wrong with The Children of Ashnell.
Oh yeah, that one is
I
a
mean,
favorite.
I'm not saying it's my favourite purely because I haven't finished it properly.
I
because
forgot to
it's-
add more of those to the list. I'll have to rate the
You
guy.
need to do that
Yeah,
then.
that one sells out fast.
Other than that, the other favourite for me, and this is a favourite, I come back to it every time,
Oh yeah, the pocketbook.
the Pocket Viking Museum.
We use that for references like mad. You want to
It
see what
is brilliant.
our version looks like? This. This is what ours looks like.
It is so good. I recommend it to anybody who asks what I would recommend about artifacts. I go to that one before
Yeah.
anything. It's great.
Yeah, that one's only 20. Yeah, actually, you can just give him one of those as a going away present, Carl. No, that one you can just give him one. That was Sabrina and Alessio. They're leaving us.
Yes.
You're going to Australia. You don't look so Viking today, and you're very washed out because
not
of the
really.
light. There you are. She is.
Here I am.
Well, so their stay was short and sweet, but you will return.
We are training guides for some happy Viking camp
And
in
Alessio.
Australia, I guess.
Hi.
Yep, we are. But these guys can speak a million languages. What's your excuse, Carl?
Hey, Raymond, you'll have to
Okay.
try and meet him.
Huh?
Raymond, you'll have to try and meet him.
Oh yeah, Raymond could find them in Australia. Where in Australia you guys going?
We start from Sydney.
Sydney. Okay.
Then we move a bit.
And then they'll be moving a bit. You just keep looking. If you've seen those people, Raymond.
Two Italian guys around the world, we are us.
There you go. 2 Italian guys from around the world. If you recognize them,
They're gonna
we
be
sent
over
them.
there for a year,
They're
so
actually
you
going
should
there.
know.
It's not like the mountain that never showed up. We tried to send them a mountain once too. It blew up on Tongo.
Yeah, it got sunk in the blimmin',
Yeah.
what's your-
In the canal, it got stuck. And I'll show you one more thing before we go out. We got Lila's yarn in here too now. There. He says he'll keep his eye out for you guys.
Sorry?
He's going to keep his eye out for you, Raymond.
Okay.
Raymond, he lives on YouTube. Yeah.
okay.
And he has a thing for bunnies.
Lives on YouTube?
He lives in YouTube.
Okay.
He's in the phone. No, these ones we got, I think just last week. I don't know if I showed them or not. But you can see Lila has hand spun these on a drop spindle like this.
Yeah, present to both of you.
So that was fun. So now we have lots of color. Colors, yeah. And more down below. Those ones are machine. These ones are plant dyed.
You're the,
Okay, I'm going in the village.
the next one.
Okay, I'm going in, guys. See you. Whoop. I'm gonna make you guys all sick by walking around. And then we'll go in and I'll catch up on chat. Carl's gonna close the shop and then join us later. Carl's birthday's in 4 days. 5 days? 5 days. No, 6. Something like that. I think his birthday's on the 13th. So he's next. There we have Jan the Yeti. I have to show you. So he's Harald the Hairless on Instagram, but he's Jan the Yeti. I'm abusing you for my YouTube. I have to show this a little better. It's Jan Harald. This is woven. Look close. There's a lot of this we've seen on Technique now where they're all these little dots you see is where there's some wool that has been just kind of looped through on the around the stitch and then weaved on top. They're so cool. Or I think it's all those dots, almost all those dots anyway, but no, these ones here. I don't know if you can see that. There. You just kind of make the wool tuft as a loop and then you weave on top of it and it gets trapped in there and before you know it, you're a Yeti. So Harald the Hairless is no longer hairless.
No, I got here.
He's got hair now. Oh yeah, and there's a crazy bead lady is back. We don't let her in that much. So this is Troll Smed.
No.
You're not Troll
That's a
Smed
very
anymore?
nice little lady. You
She's
know.
not nice.
Hello, I'm the,
She's
I'm the
not-
nice bead maker.
She's not.
I
She's the
never do
crazy
anything
bead
wrong.
lady.
No.
She lives in this house. It's slightly crazy. Look at her. It's Lisa. No, she lives in that house there. Oh, she gave me a kiss and you missed it.
Can you see? I have nicer
sorry.
decorations on the door side
Yep.
than the chieftain has.
Yep, she's
Mine
trying to
is
make hers
nicer.
better than that.
Yes, look
See?
at this. Look at this. Turn around.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So mine is better.
Yeah, so there you go. She likes hers more. I kind of like hers more too. There's nice, Lisa, says Audra. No, she's not nice. She's crazy. Okay. Hi. Then we'll find a... By 7 o'clock, it's going to be so dark you won't be able to see our faces unless we are sitting in the direction you see right now, so the light hits your face. Oh my God. I know, it's beautiful. Can you see how the yellow just starts to carpet the mountains? It's like frosting. But that's all that's left of the light up there. But I think we changed our clocks on October 23rd this year. And then we turn our clocks back 1 hour, which people in the south don't quite understand, but it's very essential here. Let's see. Okay, now I can catch up on... Getting all covered up now, see? There. I look all pretty in my red today, but this has been sitting in the Viking house for about a year and a half, so it smells like mildew. I have to wash it. The 29th, maybe it's the 29th. It's towards the end of the month. Let's see, we'll do like that so you get better light. Okay, now I can see, oh my gosh, look at all the people. Nella's here, Peruda's here. Peruda's in Poland. No, she's still in South Africa. There's drama at the Polish immigration system. Oh no, we hope you get there soon. Peruda's recently made a really nice hat for her father. You have to see. Actually, she posted. It's a nice blue hat. Garcia's here in Holland. By the way, Nella's from Finland. Peruda has been from Russia and South Africa, and she's going to be Polish soon, I guess. Is there an EU country that doesn't have drama in their immigration system? Oh yeah, no. That's a good point. I think Americans do too, though. Heidi Lisette is here. Tusen takk. And Audra is here. Heidi's from Norway, and Audra is from Lithuania, but she's living in Norway. Amro is here from sunny, almost t-shirt weather in Belgium. I remember what that looked like. Lindsay's here in Texas. And let's say Karsten, Doro and Karsten are here from Germany. After a long time absence, now from Flensburg. Oh, congratulations, did you just move? I didn't realize, it used to be Hamburg, I think it was. And then Kiwi's here from Bergen, thank you. Raymond Roberts here is from Upside Down Land in Australia, Western Australia, he's in Perth. Oh my God, he's looking forward to a hot summer. Yeah, no, we're getting the Australians invasions now. The Australians start coming here during their summer vacation because why not freeze? So we're starting to see more and more Australians now. In Oceania too, not just Australia, but we're seeing more and more in Oceania as well. And we had a lot from Mexico last week too, which is nowhere near Oceania, but anyway. Suze is here from San Diego. It's going to be 86 for her. That's normal, nice weather. Oops, sorry, there we go. Susan Youngman's here in Frankfurt, formerly of Adirondacks, because I like to say Adirondacks, so she's an expatriate like me now. And Maya Raynor is here. Let's see. And Susan, yeah, it says Susan Youngman's here. Did I give everyone? Charlotte from Bergen. Karen Okra is here. Kaya Ordal, Carl's sister. Happy birthday, October, people. That's right. My kid was asking, why does everybody have their birthday in October? And then I had to remind him about the New Year's Eve partying. That lasted a little too long. So I was born 1 year and 6 days after my older brother. So we're like Catholic twins, almost. And my sister, my kids were asking me, how does that happen? I said, well, when I first figured out how to do the math, I asked my mom, how I was an accident, wasn't I? And she's like, no. You were a surprise. So there you go. But my little brother's birthday is in September. My brother's birthday is in October. My brother's is 6 days before mine. I was married to my ex anyway. His birthday was 4 days after mine. Carl's is 6 days after mine, I believe. So it seems to be people get bored in January and start making babies. So I don't know otherwise why it would be. But it turns out the next generation, my family, all have birthdays in the spring, between February and April. So maybe something else there. Let's see. Karen says, I weave like that on my Rick-weighted loom with the Icelandic sheep. Oh, it's nice. The beautiful, the faux fur, I think is what we're calling it. Let's see. Amro says, lots of colors, and then we have to make something black. That's right. It's the new month. It's the Color of the Month challenge. I bet if he hasn't done it already, Raymond could produce the whole history of the month. The Color of the Month, or the year, the Color of the Month challenge is every month we'll assign a color, and you have to make something in that color. Last month was pink, so you have to make something with pink. It doesn't have to be completely pink. It can be any shade of pink and just a little bit of pink if you want. I ended up making a little pouch. I think that's the one I was showing last week anyway. It's madder, plant-dyed madder that's gotten a little too weak in the bath, so it ended up being pink. And so I made a little pouch, and that's about as much pink as I can handle. And it doesn't have to be Nalbinding. You can knit, you can crochet, you can paint, whatever you want to do. It's a little inspiration. So this month we're going to be scary. We're going to work with the scariest color of all, which I did mention a couple of weeks ago, and many of you figured it out. Black is the scariest color of all for needle binding or knitting or crochet, and the reason is because when you get to be 51, you can't see the damn stitches anymore because it's too dark. So you're gonna have to get your headlamps on, your bifocals, and you're gonna, or maybe like this, you know, and try stitching with black. So now I'm gonna ruin Outer's beautiful, beautiful blanket that she's working on because it's gonna have a stripe of black in there at the bottom, but you'll just have to remember it was a very scary time. It's Halloween month. So we're gonna do that. There you go, Raymond's got it up there. January is brown, February was blue, March was gray, April was green, May was yellow, June is orange, July was red, August is purple, September is pink, so now October is black, and we've got just a couple months left. So we're running out of colors, but we'll figure out something. Thanksgiving, birthdays, and Valentine's Day. Equals Valentine's Day. Raymond had the flu all this week with the hot weather. He felt like putting his head in the freezer. You can come to Norway. It's getting nice and cold here. Let's see. In Berber villages in Morocco, that's how you make a wedding coat. I did actually remember seeing that somewhere, and I forgot about it completely. Let's see. Let's see, what else am I catching up on real quick here? Raymond's going to keep an eye out for the Italians. They speak like Italian, German, French, English, obviously, and they learned a bit of Norwegian. They've been working for VOS Guide Service, VOS Guide Service, so they take groups around here, and one of the places they take the groups is to Gudvangen, but they're at the end of their work season over there, and we had a bit of extra excursions this month, so we borrowed them for a few days if possible. So hopefully they'll come back and want to play here some more. But yeah, Carl's also got a birthday in October, so that's what Kaya says. October, people! I thought we'd play with splicing. So we'll do a little splicing, and then I'll show you the weird beer and stuff that I got. So what is your favorite method of splicing? With wool. If you're not using wool, you can't quite use all these techniques. So for me, I can't help it. I'm the non-corona friendly split splice version. Do you think I could have chose a darker background for this? There we go. Now we'll see it a bit better. Okay, this is probably not the best yarn to choose for it, but that's okay. So we want to make this back together to become one piece. Let's see if I can go even lower here. Nope, not really. So when you're needle binding, you only have certain lengths of yarn, so when you run out, you need more. One thing you should do is rip like that, if you can handle it, because when you rip, your ends get more fuzzy when you pull it apart or tear it, whereas if it's cut, it's not, and then it's kind of harder to find pieces or fibers to felt onto if you're going to do that. So if you use torn edges, then you can do it. Then you can splice it together easier. If you're going to grab it like this, like I did, it'll work with some yarns, but not all of them because it's tighter there. But if you pull further apart, it's much easier. I should say that if I do it this way. If I grab like that, it's a little harder. On some yarns, damn near impossible. But if I grab it from a distance, it's much easier. Didn't look easier, but it was, I swear. Okay, so if your yarn has a ply, if it doesn't, you can kind of create a spot, but you can split the ply like that and kind of bring it back a bit. If your splices aren't very stable, you can always take a bigger bite out of the yarn. Some people just want to splice the very end and then wonder why it's not sticking. So you need to have more to grab onto. If it's a harder yarn to splice, you might need to take a bigger bite. So there's that. Then we'll do the same thing to the other end. Let's see if I can do this through a camera. Like that. And then you have to make them love each other. Make them French kiss. Like that. The sound effects is very important. So it goes like that. And then you can either just, hock a loogie on that thing and start felting, which is big spit, or you can discreetly put it in your mouth and wet it. And then felt. But people do this too and then think it's done. No, it won't be felted very well. You need some rage. You need some real proper rage. And if it doesn't, if you need more. And just so you know, if it was the coronavirus, it would be dead within 72 hours. So, so some people don't want to know that you've been spitting on their project. But I'm passing on Viking DNA. Even though my family is not from Norway originally or Scandinavia at all. My family is originally from Poland, and apparently some of them are German as well. Now I have one. But you can see the splice is a bit thicker there. I can turn that around. So the splice might be a bit thicker. In some yarns it'll look really, really thick and be noticeable. So what you can do in those, some of them will have 3 plies. I can put that there. If I had a short yarn here, I did, yeah. If your splice is very thick there and it's annoying you because it's showing up on your work, you can do the same thing. Let's see if I can split that. That was too hard to do without being able to see. There we go. That was horrible. There. So we got half there. And half of this one. But to make it a little less thickness, you can reduce one of these limbs because you're technically going where you had 2 ply to 4 right there. So to reduce it, you can take away, now you have 3 legs maybe. So it'll be a little bit thinner yet. And if it's really, really much, you can take away 2, but then you want to try to overlap it just barely like that. And that would give you a thinner one. So back in the DNA mouth of Viking. But I do notice that when I do this, it actually ends up being a little bit thinner than I thought. Because it might be the way that I'm murdering it with rage here. So mine almost tends to look a little thinner in the middle. There's the beginning of the splice. There's the end of the splice. But if it gets too thick in there because you're now putting 4 threads over each other where there was originally 2, you can do something like that, and that'll help. Let's see what you guys have been doing here. Boy, girl, this is Audra. Use a spray bottle with fresh water. Yeah, actually, it's all you need is water. So that one, my kid had this little kit one year when she was 5 or something, and it was this thing called beados, and you made these little pictures with these little beads, and then when you were done, you had this little teeny tiny cute spray bottle where you just sprayed water on it, and then all the beads would fuse together over a period of time. I thought this looked like a convenient way to carry around Viking spit in a bottle. So I kidnapped that little bottle of spray, but now you can get them in travel kits, and literally just put water in it. And somebody added grön sopa, which is a kind of soap that you can use to felt yarn. It literally means green soap, but anything you wash the floor with. And put a drop of that in there because you can use that to felt wool, but it's not necessary to do that. And anyway, then you would have soap in your water. Hi! Soap in your work, which might not be great for the first time washing, but you literally just need water. Let's see. It's a Karl. Did you find Isak? Is he gonna drink with you?
He was doing something Swedish.
Something Swedish? Yeah. You want to tell him who Isak is? Come sit down.
Isak is Swedish, so he does Swedish things. And right now he's doing Swedish things in the library.
He's doing Swedish things in the library, so he didn't come out to free silly beer. Look at Carl's hat. You know, like when a guy starts losing his hair here and it grows more here, so it starts like looking like somebody just took a razor blade, and that's about what your hat's doing right now, Carl. You've lost all the fluff on the middle. We went through our whole stash of fur, and it's, you gotta look closer.
Yeah, but it's hard to maintain fur in the winter.
No.
So I decided that I can't be the only one having this problem.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
I'm going to dress you up for the winter, woman.
Did you buy me fur? I was wondering who sold the last fur. Is this because the dog wouldn't play with you because you had wool on you?
You should also be hated by all animals.
Are you furry? Oh, look at that. I look like a polar bear vagina. What did you do? Is this a birthday thing? Now I'm too princessy. Is this the silver one?
Yeah.
You give me another silver key. And I own everything of yours now.
One for the house and one for the gun cabinet.
I will get this knot stuck in my hair. There. What do I look? Do I look good? I feel like Olga the Fluffy. Look at it on there. It takes the whole camera. I'm going to be Olga the Fluffy. You must call me by my Viking name. And I have a key cabinet to his gun cabinet now. And it's a silver. Oh, I have to kiss him. You can witness. It's really cute. Your sister's on. Mwah. Thank you. I'm a snow princess. You can change my name to Fluffy. It's so, look at it. It's completely whiting out. It's like snow. It's so fluffy. From, what's that movie? Despicable Me. No, thank you. I was wondering, because there we had like this, we have these furs. You have to see what it looks like properly where it isn't whiting out from the world. It's so fluffy. There, now it's not, now you can see the whole thing.
You already caught a leaf in it.
Yeah. So, it was sitting on one of these, well, it's called a sawhorse in the shop like that. And I saw there was an empty sawhorse there. And I was like, oh, somebody sold the last fur. Why did they just leave the sawhorse sticking out there? Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you saw that in the last 45 minutes.
Yeah. And this is the backside is just plain. There is a technique where you can stamp on the back of this called skinnfell, Skinnfell, which is a very Norwegian thing to do. They can sew pieces of these together and do a lot of stamping. I have been looking and looking and looking and looking, and I cannot trace that back beyond 1400, but people want it to be Viking, and I haven't figured it out yet. And I don't know what that's called in English, but it's literally just the process. You carve out these stamps, and then you dip it in ink, and you make patterns with it. But it's called skinnfell in Norwegian. It's right. I look like a chicken. Oh, Max made it just in time to see me. I got my hair done. What do you think? Should we put some of this on your hat? That would be.
I think that would just make me look like a cheap girl.
No, we're keeping this. Now I'm gonna take this off now though because it's gonna fall down if I don't have a pin. Oh, thank you, Carl. Okay. So with that, we'll go give Carl another beer, or give him a beer. But I have a little bit of more show and tell, and then we'll play with another splice. Remember the wool that we bought last weekend is now turning into a tunic. I have to do some more inner stitching here. I have to stitch down the seams on the inside though because this is seriously thick. So you can see there. Let's see. So Carl can try it on, but it's not done yet. There you got the inside seams. They have to be all stitched down because they're so thick when you get to the joins. There we go. So Carl can try it on. It's based off of one of his other tunics, so I haven't, I just literally cut it slightly bigger, but the neckline is slightly smaller. You gotta take your hat off for this. But I only have one side done, so he's a little half done. But it's getting there. You're gonna be warm. And it already came with coffee stains on it, so he's good to go. Now it'll eventually get dyed green, I think. We have so many nettles, so then you have to stand up and see what you look like. Did I make that completely by hand? Yep. It's the wool is so felted that that I don't have to cut it. Okay, I gotta stand back. So this is what the undone side looks like. But and it has the triangle here that'll go like this or something. Oh, I always forget this part. So, oh the hell, it goes like this. Yeah, and then this, and then that. I'll show that one better. And this is the side that's almost done. His tunic had a gusset on the side, and had a gusset on the middle and the front and the back as well. But I don't think he's so skinny he doesn't even need the gussets on the other side. So I'm not gonna put gussets on the front and back because it should have enough. But yeah, when it's almost felted, you don't really have to treat the edges too much. You can just top stitch it down. But it doesn't unravel as much as linen does. If it was linen, I would machine sew this sucker on every invisible seam, and then I would top stitch. So right now his green is about this much. You have to come a little closer. And then this is your square seam. You can see there. Da, 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 da. And if we do this, tell me, Carl. You can put your arm down now. You're looking like, don't you wear my stuff proudly, Cal. Now tell me, do you think this man can turn water into wine? You look very religious in this color. It's a little different on you. But it's gonna be nice. This was a really good find.
grapes and yeast, yes.
Yeah, you can turn water into wine. Okay, you can take it off now. There you go. So that's what I've been doing. I haven't been needle binding too much, but I've been working on this for Carl. Gandalf the White, says Roger. Turn water into beer, not passion fruit. By the way, I'll show let's see, we'll turn this again. I will show. This is the square that goes in the armpit. So this is the arm. Oops. There we go. That's the arm hole in there. And this is down the side. And it was kind of a lot of Viking shirts have that kind of tunic. So when it's all done, this is what it looks like straightened out. So you got half the diamond here, half the diamond on the other side. But the confusing part is sewing the damn thing on. So here's the sleeve undone. Let's see if I can get the gimbal to stay still. You start by sewing the square to one side of the sleeve. Oh my God, this thing is just a minute. Just straighten out the gimbal first. There we go. Now it might work. Okay. There. So you straighten out the sleeve first, and then you tack the square onto one end of it, and then sew that side down. And then, oh, now it whips around the gimbal. When you add the other side, if I can get it over here, you will have to take this side and put it on that side of the sleeve, and this side will go down the side, so it would be like that and that. Ta-da! So that's how those sleeves are. They're kind of tricky. Okay, Carl needs beer.
Yeah, I forgot to bring my glass, so I can go and get it and maybe see if I can get you a Swedish guy.
It's okay. It's not that much beer, and just more for you because we got this from the Wine Monopoly, the big store. So this will be the good stuff. One of them is really small. You can always save him half the beer if you don't want, and he can pour it into a glass. That's right. It's popcorn beer.
That's the one I was hoping to avoid.
I put that we're giving you silly beer, so there you go. Popcorn beer for Carl. The good stuff, says Adrian. Is it good? I bet he's regretting that present now. Put my shawl back on for a minute.
This is even Swedish.
Is it? It looks like a party, like a carnival.
I början,
Popcorn beer, that's madness, says Raymond.
I början av förra släket var Solane
Swedish.
ett av världens namn för film.
Fuck me, you can read this.
It's the sweet. Yeah, you can't do Swedish. As a Norwegian, you can't do written Swedish either?
No, the written Swedish is even worse than spoken Swedish.
That's because you're from the west coast. Okay. If you're the people in East Norwegian, then East Norway might have a bit of easiest. Okay. I början av förra seklet var Solna ett av världens namn för film. In the beginning of the previous seclet, or whatever, not seclet, what is seclet with, that one I don't know.
Century, I believe.
Was Solna one of the world's names for film. Filmstaden I Råsunde var filmundrets centrum och här husrade berömda skådespelare och regissörer. The film city in Råsunde was the film center, the center of the film industry. Yeah. And it has husrade, whatever, famous for art. Actors and directors.
So basically,
Eftersom film är bäst med popcorn, you had it right. Because movies are best with popcorn, tyckte vi att det passade att göra en cream ale med massor av popcorn i.
they actually put popcorn in it.
Yes, and because the films are best viewed with popcorn, we thought it would be a great idea, or it would be appropriate to make a cream beer or cream ale with lots of popcorn in it. Det är faktiskt ungefär 60 poppade popcorn i varje 33 centiliter. There is actually about 60 popped popcorns in every 33 centiliters. Vi är i full gång med att bygga upp Solnas alldeles egna bryggeri. We're in the full process of building up Solna's own brewery. Häng med oss på resan och hoppas att du uppskattar denna cream ale. Hang out with us or join us on our travels anyway, and hopefully you will like this cream beer. How much alcohol's in it? It's 5.5. Popcorn beer, and it looks like a little popcorn box. See? Little popcorn box. Da, 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 da.
It's Swedish and it's full of popcorn. There is very little hope that I'm going to enjoy this.
I know short sleeves aren't historical, but I want to make a few dresses with them for Texas. A lot of people in the Viking community will do that. They'll either make them without the sleeves at all, or they will make a shorter sleeve. And Carl's tunic that I copied that one off of actually had sleeves that got such big holes in it that is now a short sleeve tunic. So I would say it's acceptable, but we don't know if they actually did it. But a lot of people allow it because hot is hot, for cripe's sake.
Yeah, and the sleeves is one of the parts of the tunic that is first destroyed. So if you have to throw it away every time you lose a sleeve, then that's not economical. But oh my god, fair
60 popcorn bits is approximately per approximately 12 ounces. That's what the Swedes brought back with them from the United States after emigration in the 1800s.
Yeah,
says Adrian.
That and movies apparently.
Okay. Anne says it seems that popcorn is going on the same level as mango and passion fruit in beer.
Let's see. Maybe the Swedes can save weird ingredients. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I went to London and they had popcorn latte. I've never heard of that before. It was not good, by the way. Oh no, it was a popcorn frappe. How do you like your creamy popcorn beer?
It's surprisingly unoffensive.
Unoffensive. He likes
That's as
it.
far as I can go in the
He
direction of
likes
the compliment.
unoffensive. So do you feel like watching a movie now?
Yeah, Swedish movie from 1910.
Yeah? Do you think you're gonna make it then with that popcorn beer?
Mannen och enhjulscykeln.
The man and his unibike. Unicycle. Let's see, what other splice can we do? We can do Weaver's knot, I believe, or no, is it what Russian joint? I forget what it's called. Okay. You look a little bit more offended this time around.
That's bitter, which is not necessarily bad in a bear, but I'm trying to find the popcorn taste. I can't taste any popcorns.
Doesn't even smell like popcorn, it just smells like beer.
I'm not complaining.
No. Okay. The Valkyrie figurine depicts her wearing a short sleeve tunic, so some people accept it. Oh, that's a good call. I didn't know that. But you're right, we do have a Valkyrie figurine in there, so we can take a look at it and see. And then, by the way, Adrian has bought a whole bunch of books for his thesis that he's working on. Currently reading up on cultural history by Peter Burke, at least one academic that he got from the academic books that he's gotten from us here. Now on his 301 curriculum, says Adrian. Anne Moreau, and here I was, just have forgotten that atrocity. The passion fruit and the lard and other manimal facts. It's what did they use sunscreen back then? I guess they didn't kill their ozone layer as quickly as we did.
No, but it's grown back again, I think.
Yeah.
Let's
see. Whoop. There. Yeah.
I would say some kind of headwear.
Some kind of headwear. Yeah.
I think that's about as far as it goes.
We have a lot of straw hats at the medieval markets, but and some of them have kind of made their way into the Viking. But
No, but on really hot days,
yeah.
I absolutely do not remove my hat.
No, yeah, somehow that keeps you cooler. You think that would keep you hotter?
It actually works.
Yeah.
It kind of blocks out the heat to some extent.
Yeah.
Same with this. This gets very hot on the outside. When I'm on a very hot day, what you absolutely don't want to wear is the chainmail.
No, it says heat metal.
Yeah, and it absorbs and stores heat like forever.
Lindsay says, "Yay! Now I can justify it." There you go. I will be able to check out the Valkyrie figurine one of these times. What stitch are we working on? Actually, it's on not so much stitch today. I finished the little green pouch I was working on, and Georg snagged it up for his glasses. So we're playing with splicing techniques. So we just did the spit join, the corona-friendly spit join. Now we'll do the knot. So if you take this one from the right, and tie a knot around the left one, such that the knot points in the same direction the thread was originally going. So this thread has now a knot where it points out this way. Tighten it. And then the same thing with this one. We want the knot to end this way. I have no idea if I just picked up one of the previous spliced threads for this. So it goes that way. So now you can see this one has a knot that ends here. This one has a knot and the thread ends this way. But when you pull them together, you get a little knot in the middle, and you can cut these pretty closely. A lot of yarns, when you buy them in the store, if you're unlucky enough to have your skein of yarn has a connection in it, it might be something like that. And you can do that, but it's like the Princess and the Pea, I always say. She's sitting there with 13 mattresses and she can still feel the damn pea underneath. I don't care how much density I use in my stitch, I will still feel that little knot. It's going to drive me nuts. You won't be able to see it all the time, but it will bug the crap out of me. But it is something you can do if you don't have yarn that splices. Then there's always the lazy join. I think we showed that earlier, but I'd have to have a project to work on it. But you hide the yarn and just bind around it. And then continue with the next color. There's a C splice, I think is what Maria Lind Hale calls it. And this is completely the wrong yarn for it. You sew it into, so this needle's way too big for this, but imagine it was a fatter yarn and you could sew into this. I think somebody calls it let's see, there's some other names for it anyway, but you just kind of, this is really the wrong needle for this. A bit like that. So it's like this, and then you sew that end through it. Let's see. I hear footsteps. Isak! Karl har listat returnera ölen tillbaka till Sverige. Den popcornöl. Yeah, Isak happens to be walking by and I told him that Karl would like to return the Swedish beer back to Sweden. No. Ska du smaka?
It's not bad. It's not good either, but
I like that.
it's a Swedish popcorn ale.
And you can sew that end in as well.
Doesn't sound enticing, but I have not turned down beer yet.
You have to come. Okay, come here and try his beer. You have to. Do you have a glass? Otherwise, you have to kind of.
I will take it from the can.
Yeah, you
take
can
it-
take the rest of it.
All right. Let's see. This is Magnus. Not Magnus. This is Isak. Isak's not looking very. He's looking more Swedish today than Viking because he had the day off.
Definitely.
And Isak joins us from Lofoten.
Yeah.
Lofoten's loss, our gain. That's what happens when their season ends.
Yeah.
All right. Popcorn beer.
Popcorn beer from
Oh, you have to.
Solna.
And you can read that in a correct Swedish dialect. Read the back of the can.
All of this. Okay, so in English or Swedish?
It's Swedish, yeah.
I början av förra seklet var Solna ett av världens nav för film. Filmstaden i Rosunda var filmundrets centrum och här huserade berömda skådespelare och regissörer. Eftersom film är som bäst med popcorn tyckte vi att det var passande att göra en cream ale med massor av popcorn i.
You got to the part about popcorn in the
Det är
beer.
faktiskt 60 poppare popcorn i varje 33 centiliter. Wow. It is 60 popcorns in this can.
I was reading it in my horrible American Swedish dialect, and then there's
Right.
Carl who can't even read the damn thing because he's from the West Coast. So let's see what you think about the popcorn beer.
Let's see what I think. Okay, well it doesn't taste so much so strongly like popcorn.
That's what Carl said too, yeah?
Much more creamy and sweet.
Yeah, you can taste it. You didn't taste the sweetness.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah?
But it's, I can't find the bloody popcorn.
You can't find the bloody popcorn in
I
it?
can't really. I thought 60 popcorn would be impressive, but no, it's remarkably delightful.
No, in London I was going to order, it was a frappe.
Yeah.
Which is a coffee drink, and they had popcorn frappe, and I thought, geez, I must be tired from getting off the damn flight. We started our day at like 4 o'clock in the morning anyway, and I get to the airport, and we finally land in London, and it's 9 o'clock or something anyway, and I'm really dying for something with caffeine in it, but it was hot because it was August, so I said, okay, let's try it. You know what the hell? I've been waiting in this line of 30 people to finally get to the counter. Let's try a popcorn frappe. That was. It actually had popcorn in it, but I'm not
Right.
going to do that again.
Strange ingredients for sure. Popcorn is such a niche little thing. It should be cinema, but it works remarkably well in
Yeah.
this beer.
So is that right? Then Rosunda is the film capital of no? Was
Yes, correct.
it? It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You read very well. Impressive
Did you
that
hear
you
that?
read better than Carl. That's Norwegian.
Yeah, but he's from the West Coast. Nobody understands him.
Right.
No, I actually learned Swedish for 3 years though. It's just been
Yeah.
25 years.
You're a very good student.
Thank you. Now you get to drink the rest of that beer because
All right.
I've got another cool one. Notice the guy is puking. This one's called Supersonic Double Dry Hopped or DIPA, Double Indian Pale Ale. And this is 8.5%, so Carl's gonna die. But look, he's puking supersonic stuff. Or maybe he blew up. I see some arms and legs. And this is by, where the heck is this from? It's got Swedish and UK. It's imported by UK. Let's see, does it have any description of it? No, it's just ingredients. And to look at the bottom if you want. Larvig, but no, there's absolutely no description. They just want you to see this guy blowing up and puking or something. Called Supersonic Double Dry Hopped DIPA or Double Indian Pale Ale.
Right.
Hops Citra. Oh, Enigma, Amarillo, Simcoe. Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
You have to try it, Carl.
There are no suspicious ingredients in this, so I can't see how they can fuck it up completely.
We will find out. Spectacles sells. Text does not. That's why I bought it, because it was a screwed up can. He blows up. Larvig is from Stavanger. Yeah, but it actually does say UK, imported from UK. So unless Larvig, no, it's not Larvig, but not Larvig. Yeah, you wrote it right. He wrote it right.
No, I see the problem here.
Thank you so much.
The
Oh, you
first
wanna try this
word
one too?
on the description
Okay.
is citra.
That's what I said, but I was hoping he didn't hear it.
Yeah, no, this is
Larvig is good most of the time. Okay, is Larvig a type of beer? It's not a location? Not like Larvik, but Larvig, L-E-R-V-I-G. Larvig. And by the way, Kiwi says, for cotton and linen joints, I prefer the lazy join. I do too.
strongly suspect this is Norwegian.
I need a needle binding project to show that though. Oh, I do have a little bit of needle binding. Okay. Let's see how you do.
Yeah, I put lemons in it.
Yeah. It's such a
The
good...
Swedish guy
Happy
ran away,
birthday
so I
to me,
can't
I
give
get
it
to
to him
watch
either.
I'm finally learning to crochet, says Faruda. Nalbinding is great for warm winter clothes, but bloody hot here. Yeah, with crochet you can do a lot of really nice open and network type things, which is good for, and it's great with cotton, by the way.
Can't you just needle bind something with a really big thumb?
Of course you can. We've done it before. Oh, I found my needle. I don't want to lose that. No, you can. Crochet goes fast, much faster, but you can just go and the whole thing comes apart. So, what do you think about this beer? Are you going to be able to finish it?
I would have
Do we need to call a Swede?
I would have to struggle to finish this.
Isa, kom
there is
hit
a
till Caroline!
There is a bold guy from Bergen up there too that might drink it.
There's a, yeah? Oh, yeah, Harald the Horeless. We looked at him and noticed he grabbed, Harald the Hairless, and he gained a lot of hair. He's now Jan the Yeti. Jan Harald the Hairless,
I
and
was
Jan the
listening to
Yeti.
him arguing with the Spanish Freeman lady.
Oh, yeah, we got a new Freeman from Catalonia.
He's from Bergen.
Yeah?
And he basically says, Bergen is the best city in the world. Barcelona can't hold a candle to Bergen.
That's something somebody from Bergen would say.
Yep.
Yep.
So the girl from Spain says, well, Barcelona is older. And he says, who cares? We didn't spend 1,200 years to build a church. Which is true. They actually did that in Barcelona.
I
They
can
haven't
see him
finished
saying
with
that.
it yet. They've been building on that church since before the Viking Age.
Hide bears. Oh, my favorite crochet designer from South Africa. Hide bears. Ah, I don't know that one. I like Arna and Carlos. Oh, Steve West. But these are now we're talking knitting patterns and designers. Okay, never mind. Stephen West is awesome, by the way, and he's fabulous. Just want you to know. Okay, so lazy joint. I did find a project we could work on. Let's see. Look how dark it's getting. It's like we got 8 more minutes to go before it's 7 o'clock, and this is with the sun facing us.
Now we are getting into that period of the year.
Yeah.
And felt
It's getting
I
colder
had
now.
completely forgotten how much of how torturous it is to be at the end of a guided tour when
With
it
your
is
fingers
this
turning a
cold.
little red, yeah.
When I'm down by the gods, I really kind of just want to kick my feet up and point at things instead of using my hands because it gets too cold.
So lazy join, there's a number of different ways to do it, but basically you're just being lazy, you're not tying a knot at all. So one way to do it is, let's see, this is, I think I was doing this in Oberg. Anyway, it doesn't matter which stitch I was using because it's just going to come out again. You can run the yarn through here, one end of it, or you can kind of follow through here, but then you'd have to weave it in after. So for shits and giggles, let's just run it through the back side here, through this part, which is, this is a thinner yarn, so it'll hide it a bit more. Sometimes if you choose the wrong knot, it will show on the other side. So to check that. And then run it through, pull it till almost the end of your yarn. I'm almost poking Carl in the face with my needle with my right hand. Like that. And then we can see Carl is still alive. I just want you to know. And there. Okay. So then I would repeat the last motion of this yarn. So it came from here, so it's gonna go from there. So you pull it through, careful don't run it all the way through. Then you put this yarn away for now, or you can bind around it like we did last week on something. Let's just assume I was doing Mommin. I think this is our boga actually, but for shits and giggles, we're saying it's Mommin. So you would do 2 behind. Let's see. Mommin might have been a bit of a stretch because it's hard to find the second loop. Okay, there, and then finish it, but you're doing it finished with the gray. And then you just continue on that way. And you can either go around that last yarn or hold it away from you. And then weave it in later. Now I've done enough where I am only going through gray loops. So this is one way of lazy join, but lazy join just basically means you're not doing any knots. You're just skipping the knot and going straight to joining. Or straight to the next color. Okay, so there you have it's kind of joined. Obviously it's not the same stitch I did before, but then you can take this one and you can do the same thing. Just weave it in through the behind after you've done maybe a row on top, and it'll be buried a bit more. So that's a painless way of changing, and this is a great way to do it if you have white yarn or acrylic or cotton, and you can continue. There will always be a little bit of a jog depending on whatever stitch you did, and it'll show differently on the back side. It might be a little bit more smooth. But that's the lazy join. Okay, Carl. Seriously? You just I was just about to flip onto Carl and he lights up a no-no in the Viking village. There's a fire over there. That's why it's smoke coming from their addict. Oh, anyway, I was going to say we got like 4 minutes left today. What did you do today? I showed 3
It's the usual things. It's just this is kind of a good time of year because you have a lot of time for we have a lot of time for individual tourists.
Yeah.
So I had a long conversation with an elderly American about the importance of archery in the Viking Age.
I can't get over that. Thank you. Okay, yes.
And it's fun because I have time to talk about things that are kind of on the periphery of my normal tour, and I can kind of go into the weeds a little bit and follow people deep into their personal rabbit holes.
All better. I have to point it at me now. Because it's my birthday! Okay. Where do we have people visiting from today, though? I noticed we're getting a lot more from Asia.
Chile.
Chile, wow. Yeah, so now definitely the Southern Hemisphere has arrived.
Yeah.
We had Australia as well.
Yeah, they are. It's their season now.
Yeah?
Let me see, what did I have? I had Turkish. My last tour was Turkish American.
Oh, wow. Well, those guys were fun. I know those, yeah.
The Turkish people, they were having fun, but I don't really think they spoke English particularly well.
No,
Because what the impression I got of them is that they were either newlyweds or
yeah.
at least love was very much in the air with those two. So I don't think they understand a single word I was saying, but they were just giggling and smooching each other throughout the tour. But the Americans at least were very interested. Yeah, Canadians. I also had Canadians on that tour.
If a polar bear had twins. Do you have Canadians too?
Yeah.
Canadian American? Well, I'm gonna have to sew this thing on. I think it's I have to find the 2 longest points of it anyway. Holy crap, is that how much you paid for it?
Is the price tag still on?
Yes.
That's amateurish of
Oh really?
the person in the shop at the time. By the way, it was absolutely impossible to get you out of the shop.
Yep.
So I'm
Look,
standing.
I'm competing with you.
I'm standing in the shop, basically going, "Okay, you have 10 minutes to YouTube. You should probably get ready for YouTube." And she is trying to recruit Freeman.
They were already. Yeah, that was from before.
Oh,
Though.
that I might have a way to get rid of this bear.
Oh, Jan.
Jan.
Jan the Yeti. He didn't like it. No, so Jan, come here. You have to compete with me on fur. No, it's not Guinness. It's it looks like a guy spewing supersonic.
It's a strong bear, but it's way too citrusy for my taste.
You want to see? No. Jan the hairless is not touching it. But look, you and I we could be related. Let's see. I'm fluffier than you are.
Yeah.
The Yetis return to the Viking Age. Chewbacca. Albert says hi, Jan. He says hello.
So, whatever brewery this is, now they can put on their label that I are rejected by people from Bergen.
They're so fluffy. No, I think I'm gonna wear it like this, Carl. I'm gonna wear it like that. I look like I belong to Studio
Do
54.
you remember a reference you once made to a polar bear's?
I did. I said I'm a polar bear's vagina.
I was going to say lady hole, but
No. That's my YouTube. That's what it's called. Look how much younger it makes me look. I can eat the whole screen. Good job. What are we gonna do with this thing? I'm like, I feel like King. What was it? Henry VIII or something? Because when you know all the pictures he has, he's like this big in the shoulders, so that people won't realize how enormous the guy is. I could be Queen Karin the Eighth. I'm bigger now.
I think we have a pretty good idea of exactly how fat he was because his armor is, as far as I remember, on the Royal Armor is, and
It's big.
It's a plus size model.
It's a
to
plus
put it
size
like
model. I'm gonna be a chick. I'm a Viking chick. Okay, Queen Karen the Merciful. It's not a Björna. It's a. Well, it's not a Björna Fitta hat, but it can be. I'll just let you guys Google what that is. Anyway, this has been a fun birthday. Thank you guys. Yep, Anne Moreau agrees. Stephen West is amazing. Try pronouncing the Norse words that include V and F, like Germany. Valhalla, Valkyria, Valkyria. Oh my gosh. Okay, and flipping through more. Exchanging patterns and links, and I think we got through the most. Try pronouncing all the Norse words that include V as an F, like in Germany. Instead of Valhalla, Valhalla, Valkyria, etc. Can you think of a German word that's with a V? Volkswagen with an F.
Volkswagen.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing.
That's how they actually pronounce it.
I know.
so-
Okay, I got this. This will be
But
cute.
I don't think they're consistent about this.
You want to give me a hug?
I'm drowning.
Airball. Okay, now we're done today. Tomorrow, I mean, you can see next week it's going to be a little bit darker than this. And the week after that. But this is what 7 o'clock looks like now with the brightest light in the, pointing at us. If I turned it around, it looks like this. So we're getting a little bit darker yet.
I'm not good at German, but I'm pretty sure the Germans don't consistently pronounce V as an F.
You look tiny now
Because
compared to
the
this
German word for weapon is Waffen
Waffen.
and not Pfaffen.
Waffen. Okay. Anyway, so you can see how dark it's getting. But we go back this way again so you can see us.
So, in not too long, we'll have to sit in the warm and cozy library instead of out here.
Yep. And then we'll have to get into more stories. This is nice and warm though.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, but have a good time. Yeah, we will be here on Sunday next
no,
week,
we
same
might
time.
get rid of the bear.
Oh,
When the people from...
Isak! Dette tikta han ikke. Dette tikta han inte. Let's see if we can get Isak to drink this. Hils bror min society. I will. Bruna is her. He's hiding on the phone, but we'll get the Swedish to drink it. Give it to Mikey. He eats anything. It's kind of like that. All right. Anyway, but he's on the phone, so we won't bug him too much right now. Bye bye. Thank you, by the way, and we'll see you guys again. Good to see you again, Maya. Okay. Bye bye.